Okay, hey, what's up, y'all? Gonna make this video real quick. Do it outside. So, anyways, quick updates. What's going on with the news, especially regarding coronavirus? Let's see. Number one, want to talk about really quick. The police union will not won't comply with the mask order that Judge what's her name, Lena Hidalgo, I guess is trying to mandate. She was trying to do that on Monday, and basically anybody who doesn't want to wear a mask will get fined $1,000. So before the police union for I think Houston wrote this letter on April the 22nd, a Galveston County judge basically considered it and stated that it's unconstitutional to do that. So that's first and foremost what I want to talk about. Let's see. Number two, John Brennan suppressed intelligence from Russia that claimed that they wanted Hillary Clinton to win. So this has to do a lot with the Pfizer abuse that was happening with Donald Trump. If I can get a hold of the article when this video uploads, I'll post the articles and you can read them and follow the actual documentation. Not just, somebody on the mainstream media, oh, I feel this and I believe. No. Just follow the documentation, the evidence. So yeah, I'll say it one more time. John Brennan was caught suppressing Russian intelligence that stated that Russia, wanted Hillary Clinton to win the 2016 presidential election. Said it real nice and slow for you to hear me. So, alright, next update real quick. Let's see, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, let's just call her Sandy. I'm going to call her Sandy from now on. So Sandy wants workers to strike. So here's the thing with this whole so-called coronavirus shutdown. She was real giddy and real happy about the economy being shut down, crashing, and the oil prices dropping, basically to a negative level. She sent out a little tweet, oh, we love to see it, and then she deleted her tweet, whatever. So basically on video, I guess she's interviewing with somebody, but she basically wants people to refuse to go to work and provide for themselves and their families. And she wants them to strike. Now, to be fair, I haven't seen the entire interview or anything like that, but something to take into note is, what is wrong with people working to eat? And I guess the question that I have is, okay, so do you want people to have this work strike because you feel like business owners will deliberately ignore the guidelines? Do you feel like business owners are going to deliberately try to infect as many people as possible with the coronavirus in the United States? Do you think there is some hidden, insidious plot that's carefully crafted and coordinated through all the small business leaders that we gotta destroy the society? Let's just hurry up and open up these businesses real quick, and then we'll get them all. We'll infect everybody. Is that her angle? Is that what she's doing? I don't know. It sounds paranoid. It sounds crazy. Just about as crazy as this so-called mask order. I mean, even I've talked with people. They think it's crazy. So I'll just leave it at that. Last thing with the coronavirus, let's take a look. As of right now, I took a look, and let's see, the U.S. has about, these are estimates, 860,000 cases. We have about 48,000 deaths. Now, let's keep in mind, it's been discovered, for example, in New York, that they were trying to add an additional 3,000, 4,000 deaths. And then these so-called presumptive positives, if you exhibit some type of vague symptoms that come about And then, hey, let's just call it the coronavirus. Now, it probably wouldn't help if you place a monetary incentive to so-called pad the numbers with as many coronavirus cases as you can. Kind of like if it doesn't help if you provide a monetary incentive to which people are going to say, you know what, I don't want to go to work, because if I don't go to work, I'm going to get paid twice as much as I was getting paid before I went to work. Now, as much as this may fulfill the impulse for people to live in convenience, and especially profit more off of it, living in convenience, something to take into account is that work in and of itself is fulfilling, and it helps bring purpose to people and gives them dignity. Work is essential. Jobs are essential. If we have an entire society that does not work, ultimately the consequence will be that we will not accumulate wealth, and if we do not accumulate wealth, then we can't slowly chip away at the debt that the United States has incurred. Okay, well, why do you feel this way? Why do you believe this way? Prometheus, okay, I believe this way because, I've taken some time to look into, what basically happened to the black community. Kick out the black fathers. I know people are tired of it. It's just, I see a model, and if I see a model, I want to use a model. I don't, it can apply to anybody, but it's a model. So, kick out the black fathers, government, and you'll have your house and blah blah blah. Okay, so ultimately, as of right now, the black community does not have very much wealth, right? Ultimately, before Donald Trump, the black community didn't have as many businesses. After Donald Trump's presidency, now we have I believe it was a 400% increase in black-owned businesses. Something to take into note. So that's something to remember. If you don't have, if you sit back and you're getting government assistance, this, that, and the other, ultimately the community, the American community as a whole, will not accumulate wealth. In fact, they'll just, exacerbate the debt that we currently carry. Number one. Number two, if you cannot accumulate this wealth, how are you gonna feed your kids? Okay, so now you're basically getting pushed into, the government type programs. And if you've been keeping up with the government is not always best handled to or best suited to handle certain situations or solve certain problems. I mean, we kind of see what has been going on lately, right? So anyways, all those things to keep into account. But one last run through. Let's see. I'll repeat one more time. 860,000 cases in U.S., 48,000 deaths. Let's see. 79,500 have recovered, so that's something really good to note. This sample data was taken liberally, and I know I went off a little bit on the tangent, but I was trying to connect basically the monetary modeling in which to acquire said data with the data, and using that data to actually make the choices in which to, for example, open or close our economy. Globally speaking, we have 2,665,000 cases. We have 185,000 deaths or so, and 727,000 people have recovered. So based off of this data, it looks like the mortality rate is not entirely as high as everybody wants to make it seem. Even if you want to make it a presumptive positive, and a presumptive positive, to make it very simple, basically means, okay, guess what? We haven't confirmed that this person has a coronavirus case. We're just going to assume. To assume makes an ass out of you and me. Anyways, so with all that being said, the last thing I'm going to say on this video, because I'm at about 10 minutes, is the United States has most ventilators. We have so many ventilators that we are helping, other people in the world that may need them. So all these doomsday scenarios and apocalyptic predictions have fallen flat on their face. And now we have a surplus of ventilators, number one. Number two, the United States has conducted more tests than I believe any other nation on Earth. So if we've done such a thing and we've done more tests than any other nation on the Earth, you know, if we're going to put things in the proper context and perspective, then it must always remember, it must always be remembered, okay, well, guess what? Maybe we can randomize the testing and all that. But yeah, maybe that's something to take into account. The most tests in the world. So, that's it. Have a good one. I'm done. God bless America. Bye.